Breathe deep, the cooling air, sun setting tonight. You gotta make your mark, load up on the raw intent. One last look in the mirror. They're gonna know your name. Somebody's gonna take a second look. Too cool to just ignore any angle, hypersexual serial beast.
Good evening. Welcome to another edition of PCW Powerbomb Championship Wrestling. I'm Norm Waymer, along with the one and only Dr. Jerry Graham today.
As always, it's a pleasure to be here, Norm.
Oh, glad to have you here because we got a whole lot to cover today. You will see, though, some of the matches that you will see. You'll see Sean Casey on this card. You will see a great match between Phil Atlas and Crimson. We will turn back the clock, and you will see this guy in action along with his tag team partner, the Bulldog Don Kent, in one of the most, I guess, chaotic situations I've ever seen in wrestling.
It was exactly the word I was going to use. It was chaotic. It was very tumultuous times for me then, but we'll get to that later.
And we got a PCW tag team title match to show you coming up as well. One of the things we're going to do, too, is that the championship committee handed me this. And this is an envelope that, well, they told me to open it up on the show. PCW matches for January the 25th. We will open that up here in just a little bit.
I already know what's in the envelope, but I'm not saying a word.
How would you know?
Because I know some of the people involved. They've come to me for counsel, as many wrestlers do.
Okay, because what I'm hearing is this is...
it is. It's big, shocking news.
Well, we're going to open it up. It is Sunday, January the 25th. That's your chance to see Powerbomb Championship Wrestling live at the International Boxing Club, 525 Earlwood Avenue, just off of Star and I-280. Earlwood Avenue is that road that runs right along 280 in between Navarre and Star. It's the old fun spot. Doors open at 4, bell time at 5. And if you want to get tickets, you can get them right now. Right this second. Go to our website. It's PCWexcitement.com. PCWexcitement.com, and you can order those tickets right now. And if you order those tickets right now, pretty sure we could get them to you before Christmas. We'll get them mailed out on Monday, as a matter of fact. So if you get them ordered right now, because when we started, there was only 40 front row seats available. So when those are gone, those are gone.
They're going fast, too.
So if you want to get in, do it. Go to the website, PCWexcitement.com. Through that, you can link onto Facebook, Twitter, or wherever you want to go, but that's the place you want to go first, PCWexcitement.com.
And I would get there quickly because this is going to be a big, wild night of wrestling. Everybody that's anybody is going to be there.
All right. You know what? I want to get to this envelope. We got to get to the first match first, so this is killing me of what's in the envelope. So why don't we just get to our first match?
Coming up.
All right. Sexy Sean Casey to take on Will Esquire, and you're going to see a couple of fantastic moves by Sean Casey in this match. He's one of the best.
Do you think he's really sexier than me?
I am not a good judge of that. So I will leave that up to somebody else. All right, first match, Sexy Sean Casey to take on Phil Esquire. Let's take a look at the match.
You know, Sean Casey oozes confidence and charisma. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, confidence doesn't seem to be too much of a problem.
No, not at all. He is very confident, you know, confidence everywhere, you know, with his ability not only in the ring, but with the way he looks, with the women that he's able to attract. And, you know, Sean Casey is one who has his sights set right at the top here in PCW, as he would love to get a shot at that PCW heavyweight title.
Well, he's a former WWE superstar.
Been all over the world, has been doing this for a long, long time, and he knows all the tricks.
Well, if you walked out with somebody that looks like Tiana, you probably wouldn't have too many confidence problems either.
No, not at all.
And
not in the least.
He'll be the first one to tell you he was in Playgirl twice.
Yeah, he always mentions that. Not just once, but twice.
You have those copies?
You know, when I loaned them to you, I was never able to get them back.
They must have got lost in the mail because I never saw it. So.
Well, hopefully the library still has some.
But I noticed Tiana didn't talk to you backstage either.
Yeah, it's starting to be like a pattern.
I just
wanted to bring that up, didn't you, Norm? Hey, G, thanks. Oh, Will Esquire looks quick. Imagine the statement that Will Esquire could make here in PCW if he was able to get the victory over Sean Casey.
Well, youngster, well put together.
Yeah, looks very good.
He can
very
move.
agile.
But he
Collar and elbow.
doesn't nearly have the experience of Sean Casey.
Has that arm first, though. Wrenches it around, and Sean Casey's not really sure what's going on right now. He's not used to being in this position. Looks like he's looking for that reversal as Esquire kind of wrenches it in. Another go around with that arm. And look at that drop toe hold from Sean Casey. Floats right on over amateur style and has him now into that front face lock.
Well, Sean Casey has so much confidence, you wonder sometimes if he can get overconfident.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
And anytime you get in the ring with somebody,
And look at that nice reversal.
They're a 3 count away from beating you.
And look at that, Sean Casey, always crafty. Even though that hold was reversed on him, he knew exactly where he was in the ring, able to get his foot on the ropes. Never take the competition lightly, especially here in PCW, because you know those guys like Will Esquire and stuff that are just chomping at the bit. They really need that statement win, and boy, it would be a statement for Will Esquire here in PCW tonight. Again, each wrestler circling up. There's that collar and elbow. Casey pulls him in, headlock reversal into that hammerlock. Casey trying to show he's as quick as Esquire, but boy, Esquire with that nice reversal. Back into the arm. Casey reverses it. Well, we're seeing some really solid chain wrestling here, Norm. Look at that roll through. What's he going to do? Cartwheel through. Forward flip through. And he got the reversal.
Wow.
A lot of work to get there, but he got it. I think Casey was just in disbelief standing there watching this guy flip and tumble right past him.
Pretty impressive.
Oh, he's looking good. The crowd seems to be behind this this Will Esquire. Goes in. There's your up and over. Catches him. Look at that now. Rolls through.
How about this?
I thought maybe he was going for a lung blower, but actually used that to kind of roll through, kind of a modified schoolboy it looked like. And here we go again. Working on that arm of Sean Casey. And the one thing about Will Esquire is he knows where he wants to concentrate that attack.
Well, so far, this has been a nightmare for Sean Casey.
Yeah, exactly. If he could call a do-over and make it stick, that's exactly what he would do. Casey tries to get back up to his feet, but boy, Esquire has that arm bar really locked in tight.
It looks exactly like Sean Casey did no scouting whatsoever on Will Esquire.
You know, I would agree with you. Has him off the ropes now. There's a reversal. Casey goes in, leapfrog. Casey's off the ropes, and that drop kick right into the kisser of Sean Casey.
2 in a row.
Drop kick, yeah. Boy, he got some elevation on that. Goes for the cover. Well, Tiana was going to try and make sure that that count didn't happen.
Don't take Tiana lightly. Now what's Will Esquire going to do?
Yeah, exactly. This is what Will Esquire does not want to be
Well, this is exactly what Tiana wanted.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Take his focus off of Sean Casey.
Look at that. Casey's onto the outside.
He did
now.
exactly that. Here he comes.
Spins him around. Oh, Esquire blocks the punch.
How about
I didn't see
that?
one coming. Another punch. Oh, yeah, Esquire can feel it. He's got to get him back into the ring, though. Rolls him back in. Oh, Esquire feels good. But look at that. Took his eyes off of him for just a split second, and he's met with the boot to the face, and now Sean Casey in control, and it looks like now maybe he has like a piece of athletic tape or something going right into the throat of Will Esquire.
Sure looks like it.
Whatever he's doing, he's covering it very well because the referee is not sure what's happening. And our referees, they know, especially when Sean Casey's in there, they know where to look. So
Come on, ref, he's got it in his left hand.
You know, it really boiled down to that distraction from Tiana.
Well, that's what started the whole thing, and I think Will Esquire started to get a little overconfident.
Exactly. And again, you know, from our vantage point, Norm, it's very easy to see, you know, that Sean Casey has something, but he's just so cleverly disguising it from the referee, which is the only person that you have to disguise it from. Right into the throat of Will Esquire. And even though the referee might be saying, hey, get out of there, you know, the damage for Will Esquire has already been done. Guy can barely breathe.
Oh, I know what that was. That was his headband.
Was it his headband?
That was his headband.
We wondered if it was like some of the athletic tape, because you'll see a lot of the wrestlers, they tape up the wrists.
Well, the
and some of
referee,
that slack they use.
the referee did not make him take that headband off when they started the match.
Well, good call, Norm. Got the eagle eye here tonight.
That's something that a savvy ring veteran does.
Oh, yeah.
something that the referee didn't account for.
And you want to talk about being a savvy ring veteran? Look at this now. He's got the chin lock on, or that more of from behind, really trying to wrench away. But he's putting all of his body weight on the top of Will Esquire, and Esquire is trying to fight up to his feet. But you just wonder, how much is in the tank.
Excellent crowd tonight, by the way, here at PCW.
Fantastic.
They are loud tonight, too.
Esquire's off the ropes. Sunset flip. Does he have him? He's trying to reach the ropes. Sean Casey is so close, but look at that.
Almost. Wow.
Little extra effort brings Sean Casey over, but doesn't put him away.
Sean Casey is like a tree trunk.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is not very tall, but he is thick. He is quick. And obviously savvy. And when you got somebody has that low center of gravity, they're really hard to take off their feet.
Well, the core strength is just so great for Sean Casey. And it came into play right there. It took Will Esquire a huge amount of effort to even get Sean Casey over onto that sunset flip. And you wonder, with these brief flurries of offense that Will Esquire is able to put out, how much is that taken out of him? Casey once again going back, really just trying to cinch in that rear chin lock. Again, putting all of his weight on top of Esquire, just really trying to wear him down.
Regardless of everything, this is pretty impressive performance by Will Esquire.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some guys come and go here in PCW. Sean Casey would take them apart in 2 minutes. And that's with Sean Casey toying around with them for a few. Esquire is hung in there. And while you're still in there, as long as you're still alive in the match, you do have a chance. Oh, and the crowd is really behind Esquire, trying to fire up. And he gets up to his feet. That's where he needs to be. Couple of shots right into the middle. Looks like Casey's going for a ride. Hits those buckles. Esquire goes in, but is met with that elbow. Esquire's up to that middle rope, or rather Sean Casey on the middle rope. Tornado DDT maybe?
Oh!
And we've seen him use that before. It's a modified diamond cutter where he gets a little extra momentum spinning off of that middle rope. And look at that, Norm. Esquire so close to the ropes he was able instinctively to get his feet. Got his 1 foot right up on that rope.
Pretty savvy by Will Esquire at such a young age.
We got to give this kid a lot of credit. Going behind Schoolboy, baby. Does he have him?
Almost.
Boy, that's as close as you can get. Oh, and Esquire making that rookie mistake, though, talking with the ref, thinking that the count was 3, and Sean Casey just cut him off, blindsided him. Well, if that didn't put Esquire away earlier with the the diamond cutter off of the ropes, I'm not sure what's going to put him away. And look at that! Wow!
Wow!
Oh my gosh!
He might have knocked Sean Casey clean out.
Just sprung off of that. He just jumped up, sprung up onto that top rope, back elbow, and then for good measure, kind of landed on top of him as well.
Now we'll see who has what left.
Well, Sean Casey looks like he's going to be able to get up first, but he doesn't look like he knows where he is right now. Looks a little bit dazed.
He's seeing stars, and this time he's not looking in the mirror.
Oh, and Esquire is feeling it right now. Esquire is feeling it. Ducks a punch. Throws a punch of his own. Throws another punch. Oh, Esquire's feeling good. Just some jabbing action. And it throws that elbow right to the top of the head of Sean Casey.
We could have a major upset here.
Goes for the quick cover. Needed to hook a leg and is not able to do it. Had to hook the leg on that one, Norm.
And finally, Will Esquire showing some inexperience.
Casey's up against the ropes. Esquire goes in. Gets caught with the eyes. What's Casey going to do? Casey's going to whip him off. There's a reversal. Casey goes in instead. Ducks a clothesline. Esquire catches the super kick. Spins him around. Ducks under a punch. Oh, and Esquire's feeling it. Leg lariat. Casey goes down. And again, not enough to put away Sean Casey. That one was really close. Casey barely got his shoulder up on that. Esquire's got to be thinking, though, what's it going to take?
Can he put him away?
Cartwheel into the body press. I'd count with him, but I can't go that high. Oh, yeah. Casey is reeling right now, Norm.
He has got more than he ever dreamed of in Will Esquire.
And look at that, though. Comes out of the corner and basically just throws his elbow, the point of his elbow, right to the top of the head of Will Esquire. If Casey's going to do something, it's going to have to be now. Reversal, Casey once again goes in. Ducks that clothesline. What are we going to see?
Oh, my goodness.
There was the super kick.
Good night.
That's it. Got to give it up for Will Esquire, but your winner is Sean Casey.
Your winner of the fall of the match, Sexy Sean Casey.
Will Esquire had to open up a lot of eyes here in PCW, but boy, Sean Casey able to get that win with that super kick that virtually, Norm, came out of nowhere. Sean Casey is right on that path, right to the top here in Powerbomb Championship Wrestling. It's not PC.
PCW.
Powerbomb Championship Wrestling.
All right, Sean Casey, your winner of the match, and Sean Casey still in negotiations with PCW. I don't think that he will be on this January 25th card, but I don't think there's any question that we will see Sean Casey at some point.
I know Sean pretty well, and he's really excited about PCW coming back to Toledo, and he's told me that he will be here down the road. He's just got some commitments. I believe he's in Japan in January, but he'll be back.
All right, you got any other tidbits that you can give us?
As a matter of fact, I do. This is kind of personal, but it's for the fans as well. Ray Bradbury wrote a book once, and I'm going to use the title of the book to head this off with. Something Wicked This Way Cometh. We have a manager that, believe me, I was pretty loose as a manager, as was Pastor Payne, as was Bobby Heenan, as was Jimmy Cornette. But this man is called the Modfather. He's one of the most despicable human beings that I've ever seen. This man...
Because I haven't seen this guy.
He likes to injure people. He's spent a lot of time being suspended in the States and working in Europe. I've seen him using things on wrestlers that he represented the opponent, blinding them, crippling them, hurting them. This man is a truly dangerous individual. And I just wanted to say that if there's any way I can stop this man from coming to the Powerbomb Championship Wrestling, I'm absolutely going to do it. And I'm going to tell you, for you comic book fans out there, Superman's father, Jor-El, tried to warn Krypton about the impending explosion, and nobody paid any attention to him. Recently, Al Gore tried to warn us about environmental issues. Nobody's paying attention. And that's what's happening to me. I'm talking about the Modfather, what a danger he represents to the physical well-being of the wrestlers of Powerbomb Championship Wrestling, and nobody seems to be paying too much attention. But I'm telling you, beware. This man has got to be stopped in his tracks before he even gets started.
And from what I understand, too, that the officials of PCW are not in any mood to be suspending anybody for basically nearly any reason, and they want things settled in the ring. So I'm not sure what that's going to be for Powerbomb Championship
You
Wrestling.
heard it from me. Let it be on their heads when something happens.
All right, let's take a time out. When we come back, we're going to open this envelope here, and we'll tell you at least one match of what's coming up on January the 25th. We'll do it when we come back. It's not PC.
It's PCW,
Powerbomb
Championship Wrestling.
Serial beast, wearing on your sleeve. Hey, baby, to you like a condom roll.
I shop at Seaway Marketplace because they have the fastest lines in town.
Seaway Marketplace.
This is my store.
I buy almost all of my produce here at Seaway Marketplace for my home and my restaurant.
This is my store.
Seaway Marketplace Deli has the best chicken in town.
This is my store. I shop at Seaway Marketplace because of the big selection of meat and seafood.
This is my store.
Seaway Marketplace, corner of Cherry and Bancroft.
Seaway Marketplace. This is my store.
Your career will occupy 1/3 of your life. Shouldn't it be fun, profitable, and secure? The Toledo Academy of Beauty has successfully trained over 10,000 graduates in the cosmetology industry. Call 419-478-6660 for a free brochure. We also offer beauty services by supervised students. Even professional wrestlers like Dr. Jerry Graham is a client. Have fun, be cool, choose the right beauty school. It's Toledo Academy of Beauty.
Since 1905, Red Wing Shoe Company has been making purpose-built work footwear. The skilled employees in our 3 U.S. factories build over 1.2 million pairs of shoes annually. We are the largest Red Wing shoe dealer in northwestern Ohio with over 2,500 pairs in stock. Stop by our newly renovated store at 2122 North Reynolds Road. Shoes and boots that have served generations of hard-working people.
Cereal beast, wear it on your sleeve. Hey, baby, do you like it kind of raw? Do you like it?
Back we are, PCW Powerbomb Championship Wrestling. I'm Norm Waymer, along with the legendary Dr. Jerry Graham. All right, we said we were going to do this, and I don't want to wait anymore. I got this from the championship committee.
Well, we'll talk about it after you open it up.
And this is just labeled PCW matches on here, so I don't know what's in here, as a matter of fact. And it looks like, you know what? Looks like I got 2 sheets of paper here. All right. Well, we're just gonna do. I'll just read them as we go along here. First one here says Cruiserweight title. Of course, the Powerbomb Championship Wrestling is going to have their first ever Cruiserweight Championship match.
Which is a 225-pound weight limit for those fans that aren't aware of that. We're trying to keep our sizes the same, so we got to put a weight limit, Cruiserweight 225 or less.
Oh, and I would say the championship committee outdid themselves on this one. The match for the vacant title for the first ever Cruiserweight champion. You've seen D-Ray 3000 on this show a number of times already. He is going by his real name, which is Rick Baker. He's the Righteous Maker, Rick Baker, and he will take on Phil Atlas.
Fantastic match.
Wow.
Those two guys, that's a real 6-5, you pick them. I mean, that's who knows going to win that match. That's going to be close. They're both fast. They're both strong. They're both very savvy in the way of wrestling. I couldn't even begin to pick a winner on that one.
That is a phenomenal matchup, and as a matter of fact, we're going to see Phil Atlas here in just a second. Now, the second page that I got, well, this is heavyweight title. The talent agreement with CIW is over, but the champion with the PCW belt, Phil Nitro Monahan.
Which he never lost, so we're recognizing him as champion.
So he's being recognized as champion, and the #1 contender, oh my, oh my, his tag team partner, Malice.
I knew it was coming.
Are you kidding?
Nobody could see it. Malice came to me for counsel, but the sad part is he didn't end with me for counsel because to make things worse, he's now being managed by the Modfather.
What?
Malice is being managed by the Modfather. Malice.
Well, now wait a second. These guys have been tag team partners forever.
Well, I'm going to tell you the conversation I had with Malice, and I tried to reason with him.
You already talked to me? You knew this was coming?
Yes, Malice started getting some counsel from me, but he asked me to keep everything quiet. And when you have a confidence, you keep a confidence. But he really resents Phil Monahan. He really absolutely resents him. He says he won the singles championship and he felt slighted. He says...
these guys have been like brothers.
He says Nitro has been going to Germany. He's been going to Japan. He's been making big money. He's got a big fancy house now, a big car.
Well, he has been. He was NWA national champion 3 times.
His partner, Malice, still lives in a low-income neighborhood. He has sometimes had to actually go on government assistance because he couldn't get enough matches to support his family. And he's blaming this all on Nitro. Right now, there's so much despite. I mean, you can't hate somebody until you love them. You've heard that expression, I'm sure. You can't really. Yeah. Well, this is that example because right now, Malice hates Nitro for what he did.
I don't believe that.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'm not involved with anything other than managing Andy Shane, and I'm not going to manage or have anything to do with this. But Phil could have taken a little bit better care of Malice. got your partners on public assistance while you're making $300,000 a year.
Come on.
No. I think that Nitro Phil brought this on himself, and I think he's going to go against a very lean and very hungry man.
Well, we're gonna do our best to see if we can get these guys on the show.
Well, we
if not
should.
Next week.
We can talk to them
in the coming weeks here to try to get to the bottom of this thing, because
that's what it's all about.
I mean, this is a match that I don't think anybody thought that we would ever see.
He told me he doesn't want to just win the title; he wants to hurt him. He said that all of his hardships he's blaming because they started as partners together and they should have stayed partners. Now, I've been in that situation. One guy goes on to be a champion. Okay, he's going to make more money. But I would never leave a partner like Nitro did in the lurch.
Let me get a chance to digest this. We'll get to our match here. Phil Atlas, who we just told you is going to be wrestling for the first ever PCW Cruiserweight title match. And I'll show you one of his matches as he took on Crimson, and he really took it to Crimson in his match. Let's take a look at this match. Phil Atlas against Crimson.
Match, quite frankly, has me worried. Crimson making his way to the ring, taking on Phil Atlas. We saw what happened the last time with Powerbomb Championship Wrestling, not PC, PCW, here at Somerset Hall, as Phil Atlas was Denzel Titan's partner that night as they were trying to take the tag team titles away from the Aristocrats. Crimson interjected himself in that match. Not really sure why he did that. We saw some very strange interviews that Crimson mailed into us over the last couple of weeks. And now the match is going to happen right now. Phil Atlas versus Crimson. Sean Boomer Bratton along with Norm Waymer. And we are underway. Crimson and Phil Atlas. Crimson gets more disturbed week in and week out, Norm. Week out, just watching the videos that he sends in.
Well, and he missed with the mist.
No, he was ready for it.
Did you see that?
And Atlas ducked out of the way. Atlas was prepared for it.
Get that crap out of here. Where does he get that from?
I have no idea. One of the strangest things around. Outside of Crimson himself.
I mean, he sprayed it once when he came out, and you got to think, well, maybe he had something in his mouth. Well, where did the second one come from?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. And look at that, just charging right in at Phil Atlas, and Atlas is going to town on him, which he has to do. European uppercut, back elbow. Crimson goes for a ride. There's a reversal.
There are not going to be very many rest holds in this match.
No, not at all. Constant action, I think, is going to be what we see. Hits that Frankensteiner off of the top. That drop kick right to the temple of Crimson.
I hope Phil Atlas realizes we got a low ceiling here at Somerset Hall.
Yeah, exactly. He came out and was checking the height of the ceiling. Taking out the entire first row of fans here with PCW. Boy, Phil Atlas is just on fire because he wants to really right that wrong that was done to him when Crimson cost him a shot at the tag team titles the last time we were at Somerset Hall. Phil Atlas and Denzel Titan looked really good as a tag team. Got to take anything away from CIA. Atlas is feeling this one. He goes up to that middle rope. Crimson charges. That leapfrog up and over. Not going to happen. That spinning tornado forearm right to the side of the head of Crimson. Oh, and Atlas is feeling good right now. Makes the charge. Crimson gets out of the way. Meets a boot. Nope. Gets caught. Oh, wow. And Atlas is just hanging there.
My gosh.
He just beat him senseless with that. Hung him up in the ropes.
You could break a rib, break your sternum. Look at that.
Just solid. Every punch connects.
How do you outthink a guy that has no seemingly logical thought process?
Well, exactly. I don't think you can. How do you even prepare? If you're Phil Atlas, what do you do to prepare yourself against this guy?
You just got to prepare yourself for a Pier 6 brawl.
Exactly.
Look at that. I think he likes the pain.
I think he does too.
I know he likes dishing it out.
Thought we were going to see the neck breaker, spins around, forearm to the back. Just drives his face right down into the mat. I can't imagine Crimson was invited to too many holiday parties, and I'm sure the relatives didn't want to have him over.
Gosh.
Did he even leave that?
Oh.
Did he leave that warehouse at all, do you think? You know, did he stay in there?
I have no idea.
Because this is where he has his camera and sends us these interviews in this old, decrepit building somewhere. The only time he leaves is to come here?
Who's shooting the video?
Not me. I'm sure he has a tripod. That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know if he even cares about winning matches, winning titles. I don't know if that even matters.
I think it's just dishing out pain and doing what he wants when he wants. I think that's his mindset. And Crimson trying to bring back Phil Atlas to his feet to dish out more punishment. Atlas is going to go in, takes that buckle, jumps up and over though. That was nice. Rolls him up. Does he have him? Nice roll through. Again, does he have him? Not enough to put him away.
Oh! Is that a tooth I saw flying?
It might have been. I think he knocked him into a different area code with that.
Oh, I almost got the 3 count. You know, if you're Phil Atlas, you try and get a quick pin anywhere you can. I mean, if
exactly.
you can get yourself out of the match, you can save yourself punishment.
Yeah, the sooner you get this over with, the more likely you are to walk out of here with a full set of teeth.
I mean, if you have 20 minutes of this, okay, maybe you win the match, but...
Yeah, at what cost?
Exactly.
Your body can only take so much. This is one of those matches that can really do long-term damage to your career. The longer you're in there, the shorter overall your career is going to be because you're taking so much punishment. Atlas is trying to fire back right now. Thought we could break away, but Crimson gets a hold of those tights. Now look at that. Just wrenching back on those arms, applying all sorts of pressure, moving those arms in positions they are not meant to be moved. He's really keeping Phil Atlas in check right now. Atlas tries to stand up. Is he going to be able to pivot through? That's going to be the key. Can he pivot through? He has it. What are we going to see? Jumps up. Oh, lung blower. But so much damage has been done to Phil Atlas over the last couple of minutes that Phil Atlas, after administering the lung blower, is not able to get up right now.
How do you ever recover from a match like this?
I don't know if you can, no matter who you go see, whoever your physical therapist is, no matter how much ibuprofen and icy hot you use, you just really can't recover from that beating. I mean, he's got to feel like he's been ran over by a truck at this point.
I don't even know what icy hot is.
What's that?
I don't even know what icy hot is.
Icy hot?
Oh, icy hot.
Yeah, I'm just so excited, you know, icy hot. The ladies love the smell of icy hot, Norm, I'll tell you that. Very
so that's
popular.
your secret.
Yes, it is.
Look at this.
Icy hot's not going to help this.
This is unbelievable.
I thought he was going to remove his head after he connected it with that kick.
I'm worn out just watching this.
I know. I need a cup of coffee after this. I can't imagine how these guys feel.
Well, if Crimson thought he could come out and run over Phil Atlas, it hasn't happened.
Phil Atlas has a lot of fight left. There's that drop kick. The problem with that drop kick, you got a lot of elevation, a lot of power behind it, but it takes a lot out of you when you land. And Atlas is up to his feet first.
Well, you got to start wondering what it's got to take to get a pinfall in this match.
Exactly. Crimson with the reversal.
Oh, that's just a plain headbutt.
And he connected everything on that. Crimson is off the ropes. He just throws his entire body, puts it behind that elbow, knocking down Phil Atlas. Goes for the cover, and Atlas barely able to kick out.
Look at this. Look at this guy. This guy is sick.
Yeah, that's menacing right there, to say the least. Giving a signal that he's going to try and put him away. That reverse DDT with that spin. And this is really all Atlas can do from this position. That knee into the head. Catches it, spins him around. And a code breaker. Enziguri, Shining Wizard it looked like. Crimson is down to one knee. Super kick.
Could he get him?
He has the leg hooked. Doesn't put him away. I thought that was it.
And if that doesn't put somebody away, now what?
I'm not sure what Phil Atlas can do at this point. What is left to throw at Crimson outside of the kitchen sink? Gets him into the front face lock. Tries to spin, doesn't catch everything. Crimson slides right out of it. He tried to use those ropes to propel him.
Oh!
And then Crimson just blows the mist right into the eyes
That's
of Phil Atlas. Yeah, that's no question that the bout has been called off.
And I don't think Crimson cares.
No, he doesn't.
Your winner as the result of a disqualification, Phil Atlas.
Phil Atlas absorbing that mist right into the eyes. It's all over his body. Who knows what that substance is?
I'm telling you,
he
he doesn't care whether he wins the match.
No. And he blows the mist and just wanders right on out. No care in the world.
Phil Atlas, your winner in the match, got misted by Crimson, and that feud went on, and we'll
experience I had myself at one time, as I recall.
But you got to see Phil Atlas and what a tremendous athlete he is.
The best.
He'll take on the Righteous Maker Rick Baker for the first ever PCW Cruiserweight Championship on January the 25th. Also, as we mentioned just a little bit earlier, Phil Nitro Monahan will defend against the #1 contender, which will be Malice, his longtime tag team partner. Doc says that the Mod Father is in his corner. We'll have to find out more about this as we go along. Let's run to break quick. When we come back, you'll see this guy in action with one of the most chaotic scenes you've ever seen. It's not PC, it's PCW, Powerbomb Championship Wrestling.
Somerset Bingo Hall, Toledo's premier bingo hall, 7 nights a week at the corner of Douglas, Lasky, and Tremainsville. At Somerset Bingo Hall, doors open at 5 p.m., Lightning at 6, and Series at 8 p.m. Sundays, doors open at 11 a.m., Lightning at 1, and Series at 2:30. Somerset Bingo Hall, Toledo's premier bingo hall, 7 nights a week.
It's the Beer Stube, located at 5333 Monroe Street, the home of the NFL Sunday Ticket. Catch your favorite game at the Beer Stube. We have a brand new kitchen open daily for lunch and dinner at 11 a.m. At the Beer Stube, it's a Wi-Fi hotspot and enjoy free pool from Sunday through Wednesday and premier karaoke Wednesday night through Saturday night. It's where bar, grill, and good times come together. It's the Beer Stube, 5333 Monroe Street, online at ToledoBS.com.
Back we are, PCW Powerbomb Championship Wrestling. Don't forget, you can follow along. You can get tickets at PCWExcitement.com. PCWExcitement.com. There's just a very limited number of front row seats. If you want to get them the website. Get there now. Get them ordered now. We'll send them out on Monday, and we'll try to get you those tickets before the holidays. All right, we're going to flash back on this match. We're going to see this guy in action when he held tag team gold along with Bulldog Don Kent to take on Chris Carter and really Bobo Brazil Jr., who was then known as Calypso Jim. And there was more to this match. It ended up just being total chaos.
Well, everybody knew I had a feud going with Dick the Bruiser that was legendary. And he had two friends that were disc jockeys in Detroit named JJ and the Morning Crew. And they were constantly harassing me. They were calling me at home at 2 in the morning, waking me up. They were doing all kinds of horrible things.
For no reason at all, I'm sure.
Absolutely no reason whatsoever. So they were down there that night. They thought they were going to be wise guys. They sat at ringside. They were going to help do the color commentary. And the rest, as they say, is history.
All right, let's take a look at the match. It's this guy, along with Bulldog Don Kent, against Chris Carter and Calypso Jim, and the guys from JJ and the Morning Crew.
There you go, the World Tag Team Champions right off the bat here.
This is absolutely disgusting. This is difficult. You see who started it, don't you? You see who threw the first punch from behind.
Didn't let him get his shirt off.
Still at ringside, we're joined the Bulldog and Graham are against two wrestlers this time. Come on, Graham!
He just broke Carter's nose, I think.
Oh my God! Look at that!
Oh, Calypso Jim is split open too.
This is unbelievable.
We're joined at ringside again by the Morning Crew, Jim Johnson and George Bayer from WLLZ.
And a World Tag Team Championship match here. The champions, Ken and Graham, against the leading contenders, Calypso Jim and Chris Carter. And things don't look good at all for Carter and Calypso Jim.
They jumped on him.
He's already bleeding. Look at that.
Oh, my God. Carter's just a mess already.
Ironically, this is an exact rematch of the bout we had trouble with a couple of weeks ago.
This is what you can always
These are the
expect
two
from Graham.
fellas they were wrestling?
This is a rematch of that bout.
Is that right?
And the same thing, the same thing.
I wasn't aware it was these same guys.
The leading contenders going up against the tag team champions here on Bruiser Bedlam. And certainly it is Bedlam.
Bruiser, is there anything you can do?
I've been warned if I interfere, I'll lose my license.
Look at Carter. He's just a mess. Just a bloody mess.
State Athletic Commission, George.
I'm not talking about helping somebody out. I'm talking about humanity here.
And the fans are going nuts.
This goes beyond who you'd like to see win or who you care might win the battle. There's something here about
oh, man, just spit on JJ.
Watch yourself, JJ and George.
Isn't there something you can do about this guy, Dick? I mean, seriously.
It looks like Carter's going to do it for me.
Hey,
Graham, head first.
Go, Chris. That's right. Tell him you're from Detroit, Chris. Come on.
It's Kent against Calypso Jim on the other side of the ring. There you can see Kent getting back in. Graham's head a second time.
Hurls a little taste of your own medicine, Graham. There you go.
This is Bruiser Bedlam. At least it's Bruiser Bedlam at its best, Terry and JJ and George Barry.
Chris Carter, all four on the outside now.
I hope they don't get counted out. They've got to get inside that ring.
The referee's out there with them, too.
Get him in the ring, ref.
This one's totally out of control. There's all four of these guys.
Mix it up. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable.
All four of these guys gone completely berserk. There's so much animosity between the four of these guys. The championship at stake. The crowd is on their feet.
This is Bruiser Bedlam. Bruiser
We knew at the start of the program that we would have a lot of action.
Big headbutt by Calypso Jim as he forces Kent back in.
Now they're in the ring. This is where they should be.
It's Carter on Graham.
Keep them in that ring.
We've never had a match here, though. This is more like a cage match. Not the cage.
It's a brawl.
Tag team here.
It's just a pair 6 brawl is what it is. The referee's trying to do the best he can. He should have about 2 more referees. Help him.
4 of them have been split open now. This is just total mayhem. There goes the referee.
Bruiser.
They hit the referee.
There's got to be some kind of sanction against them.
Referee Al Thomas.
Ring the bell.
Gary Warrencheck, the official from the WWF.
In the winner.
In the ring, he called for the bell.
This is ridiculous.
He's our vice president. Watch yourselves.
Graham is nuts. He's out of his mind.
Watch yourselves.
The association.
Watch yourselves now.
It's one thing to hit a referee.
Get out of here, Graham.
Graham has had a Graham has grabbed George Bayer.
Better go help him.
George Bayer from WLLZ has been pulled into the ring by Dr. Jerry Graham. And there goes JJ. JJ, Jim Johnson from Wheels, up after his partner. Oh my God. Dr. Jerry Graham totally berserk. You've heard the history between these radio disc jockeys. They're not even athletes. They're not even competitors, much less wrestlers. Dick the Bruiser, I don't know how much of this he can stand here at ringside. The Bruiser
You want to explain what the heck happened?
Well, we used words like chaotic and tumultuous early on. That's all I could say is that these guys started all this trouble, these disc jockeys, jumping in the ring, attacking us. They say they were not wrestlers, but they started this whole thing, and I finished it.
Well,
and Don Kent, the older brother I never had.
I kind of doubt they started it, but they should never jump in the ring. Nobody should ever jump in the ring.
Thank you.
I will give you that much. All right, let's swing on through here, and we'll get you to our main event here for the PCW Tag Team titles. This was Sebastian Rose and the Sharp Dressed Man, who were known as the Gentleman's Club, to take on then D-Ray 3000, and the Pitbull, who was Ronnie Van Doren, who was partner with the Sharp Dressed Man, who is no longer partner, and that...
We get some more pandemonium.
More pandemonium, yeah. Let's join this match in progress here a little bit, but this is for the PCW Tag Team titles. Gentlemen's
Not quite enough to put away Sebastian Rose. Boy, this is fast, Norm, isn't it?
No question.
And now Sebastian Rose is working that advantage just a little bit. Tries to whip in D-Ray. He holds on. Drop toe hold. Sebastian Rose not going to be happy if that messes up his face. And look at that now. The Pitbull is in. Big body slam. Boom! Down goes Sebastian Rose.
Oh,
look at that now.
That.
Just held the rope open. You know, like a gentleman would hold the rope open for a... I don't know if you really want to use the word gentleman, though, with these guys, but that's kind of what it reminded me of.
And that's exactly what Jason Harris does. He'll hit you from behind. He'll cheap shot you.
And he's basically letting...
double team.
Yeah, exactly. And if you've noticed, he's let Sebastian Rose do all the work. He hightailed it out of town about 30 seconds in and hasn't been back in yet. Oh, and the crowd wants the Pitbull to do something, but boy, Sebastian Rose is not letting him. And this is not where the Pitbull wants to be. Remember, Norm, when they were the Aristocrats, Rodney Van Doren and the Sharp Dressed Man? You always loved when we were able to just use the Aristocrats. I looked up the joke, by the way. Thank you very much. We won't repeat it here.
You did actually look up the joke.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good
yes,
for you.
I did. Now I understand why you were laughing all those months.
And now you understand why I made you look it up yourself.
Yes. Yes, I do. Foot on the rope for the Pitbull, breaking up that count. And again, this one is for all the marbles. One of these teams is walking out here tonight, the new PCW Tag Team Champions. And Sebastian Rose making his way up to the top as the Sharp Dressed Man holds open the Pitbull. That back was exposed and that double axe handle right into that back of the Pitbull.
Well, this is exactly what the Gentlemen's Club wanted. They wanted to slow this down, isolate one of the two competitors, and continue to work on them, and makes Jason Harris even more happy that it's the Pitbull.
And there's Sebastian Rose with that Garvin stomp, but the Pitbull is trying to fight back, and once again shut down by Sebastian Rose. Has the Pitbull up, sends him in off the ropes, and the Pitbull with the shoulder tackle, it almost looked like they connected heads a little bit there as both wrestlers go down.
Well, another thing that's interesting about this, too, is that D-Ray's been wanting gold. Sebastian Rose has been extremely close to getting gold. One of them is going to get that dream fulfilled tonight.
Exactly, and look at that. I really thought that we were going to see Pitbull make that tag to D-Ray 3000. Sebastian Rose got to his partner first, and boy, Jason Harris, he ran in there. He was going to do whatever it takes then to make sure that the Pitbull doesn't make that tag.
Well, if you're going to get the Pitbull, you might as well be ready to beat him unconscious, because that's usually about the only way you're going to get him.
Yeah, you know that whole culturing up thing of the Pitbull, that didn't really work, did it? He never looked right in that tie. Still not enough to put away the Pitbull. Both teams look really good tonight. You know, it's going to be a battle, you know, to the bitter end. And what happened there is we saw Pitbull trying to, you know, fire away with that forearm. Barely got the Sharp Dressed Man, but did get a little bit of a glancing blow, but not enough to make the tag. Oh, nice suplex.
Textbook.
I think they're going to make a wish here.
I am impressed by the continuity of the Gentlemen's Club.
As much as we don't like the Sharp Dressed Man, and Sebastian Rose, you kind of have to give it up to them, don't you, for what they've been able to do here tonight.
They are both very cerebral wrestlers. And while most tag teams take a while to get that continuity going, this is their first match together, and they look fantastic until now.
Yeah. You know, there's one thing, and look at that now, the Sharp Dressed Man not allowing that tag to happen. And look at the referee keeping D-Ray from getting in there and just allowing both members of the Gentlemen's Club to put the
turn around.
He totally missed that. Goes for a cover. You know, one thing that you've pointed out, Norm, that we've seen with Sebastian Rose over the last couple of months is like an increased intensity. We're seeing him, you know, and he always gave it all.
No question.
It's all when he was in there, but we're just, I don't know, he's just bringing it, he's more intense again from Sebastian Rose. I think maybe because, you know, not too long ago he was so close to winning that title, that heavyweight title, didn't get there.
Oh, a spear
from the pit bull. He's put many people away with that.
But I don't know how much he's got left.
No. Oh, and the crowd wants the pit bull to make it over to D-Ray, and he is so close to getting there. Who's going to make the tag first? The Sharp Dressed Man also very close. He makes the tag. Sebastian Rose is in, but now D-Ray 3000 is in. Takes down Sebastian Rose. Takes down the Sharp Dressed Man. Spins around. Atomic drop, maybe?
Oh, D-Ray is on fire.
Atomic drop, inverted atomic drop. We are seeing it all. Enziguri. And boy, both wrestlers went over the top. That's how much momentum that D-Ray 3000 had. And now the pit bull is back in.
This is exactly what the pit bull wanted. He wanted Jason Harris one-on-one.
Oh, and he wanted a brawl, and that's exactly what he has as he whips in Jason Harris. But look at that now. Harris sends the pit bull into D-Ray. Rolls him up. And our new champions are the Gentlemen's Club.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. The winner of the ball match and new PCW Tag Team Champions, Sebastian Rose, Jason Harris, the Sharp Dressed Man. They are the Gentlemen's Club.
The Gentlemen's Club walk away the new PCW Tag Team Champions. Pitbull trying to whip in the Sharp Dressed Man. There was a reversal. Pitbull instead sent into his partner D-Ray 3000. Off of that, the Sharp Dressed Man. Now wait a minute. Now what's the Pitbull doing? He's shoving D-Ray 3000. D-Ray had nothing to do with it. And he's shoving D-Ray again. Oh, it looks like he's blaming D-Ray 3000 for things. Well, D-Ray's not going to take that. He's going to fight back. And D-Ray slaps him, goes for the single leg. The Pitbull's on top of him now. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Has him now in the crossface. He's got that.
What is wrong with the Pitbull?
Did the guy snap again? It's his partner, for crying out loud. And the referee's doing what he can, but he's not able to break that hold. Well, finally, just the Pitbull lets go on his own accord. I can't believe the Pitbull would do that to D-Ray 3000.
I gotta find out what's the matter.
See if you can. Ridiculous. Absolutely.
Well, it boiled over again. The Gentlemen's Club end up retaining their titles. D-Ray, Pitbull, not so much a team.
But the Righteous Maker could very well end up being a champion on this show coming up on January 25th. So you win some, you lose some, and some get rained out. But we haven't heard the end of Rick Baker, the Righteous Maker.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination. Here's what you need to know. Go to our website at PCWexcitement.com. Okay, PCWexcitement.com. That's where you can get your tickets. That's where you make sure you can get your front row, or you can make sure that you have tickets in your hand that you can get in the building on Sunday, January the 25th. Because what we know is, as Doc mentioned, Righteous Maker Rick Baker will take on Phil Atlas, and one of them will be crowned the first ever PCW Cruiserweight Champion. And then, for the PCW Heavyweight title, a match that we never, ever, ever, ever thought we were going to see. I guess former tag team partners is the way to look at it now. The champion, Phil Nitro Monahan, to defend against the #1 contender, Malice, who has someone named the Modfather in their corner.
And I've told you about the Modfather. But I'm going to tell you something about the tickets. You can get them online, like he says. Also at Lucky 7 at the corner of Lasky, Tremainsville, and Douglas. Lucky 7, you can pick up tickets there. Not front row seats, though, but you got your general mission, your children tickets there. And if you're parsimonious, like I am, it's only $10 for adults and $5 for children, so it's a great deal.
Oh, and front row is only $15. So
That's right.
Go ahead and get those as well. Also, we'll get some tickets over the International Boxing Club for all of you who are not computer savvy like this guy here. All right, I want to give a quick mention.
I have trouble with touch-tone telephones.
Right. That's why your cell phone has a rotary dial on it. All right, I do want to give a mention, too, to our sponsors, Seaway Marketplace. We thank you very much, Steve. And also the Red Wing Shoes that's on North Reynolds, the Toledo Academy of Beauty, the Beer Stube, and
Somerset Hall Bingo.
There you go, who just joined on with us, too. We thank you all very much.
Lightning at 6, series at 8.
There you go.
7 nights a week.
Yes. PCWexcitement.com. Go there. Next week, we're going to try to get some of these people on this show to explain what the heck is going on. We're going to have more matches to tell you about. We know Big Chuck Wagon will be on the card. We know Andy Shane will be on the card. We know Will Studd will be on the card. And we'll know more coming up next week. And as always, it's not PC.
It's PCW.
Powerbomb Championship Wrestling.
Breathe deep, the cooling air, sun setting tonight.